Marcus, afternoon.
Afternoon.
How's preparation this week so far?
It's been okay, yeah. We've had a good week's training. The weather's been okay. Training ground's been great. Some lads had a good run out on Tuesday in the game against Cheltenham. So, in terms of the amount of training that's been done, it's been balanced off quite well. People have got what they needed out of the week. So, great.
And so, not just in terms of the training you've done this week, but generally this part of the season, are you seeing the improvements from the players that you would expect, that you would want?
Well, we expect the players to play well throughout the season, but you know that you can't go a full season without having some sort of bad run of form, and that's as a player sometimes and as a team. And we've had that hopefully out the way at November, December. So yeah, we have picked up the last 7-8 games. And it's about keep going forward, keep that momentum going forward towards the end of the season. You know, we had a disappointment on Saturday, and as a player, as a team, as a club, you know, we got to get over that quickly because it's that time of the year where we can't let things like that fester. We have to look at the next game and see where we are after that. That's how it is at this time of the year.
Yeah, I guess it's difficult to put your finger on it exactly, but do you feel that you are sort of out of that poor run of form, and why that has changed? You know, why the upturn in form?
You know, the addition of new players does help. You know, it does help the squad. It does give one or two people a kick up the butt. It also brightens the place, new faces. A nice feel about it, a feel-good factor with new faces coming in. So that does help, that adds to it. Yeah. And I just think, you know, like I say, players go in and out of form most season, and so do teams. And we've now hit a bit of form. But in terms of momentum going forward, we obviously can't let the defeat last Saturday take us back, and we've got to recover from that. We didn't play particularly badly, I don't think. We just didn't get our forward game going at all. So we need to be a bit more fluid going forward. But saying that, in the previous 5, 6, 7 games, we've done all right going forward. So yeah, it's just part of the game.
And Dom Telford scored a couple of goals in the development game. How impressed have you been with him?
Yeah, Dom's great. You know, he does add value. That's what he is. He's a goal scorer. He needs to do it at a higher level as well. You know, it's okay doing it in those sort of games, but he has to take his chance when he comes on and plays for us in the first team, and that's how it always will be.
Do you think, is he pushing closer, you know, with those sorts of performances, to being considered perhaps a bit more often?
Every player's considered. It doesn't matter, you know. Okay. Every player's considered.
Okay. And in terms of the away game against Scunthorpe, last-minute goal, I think, pretty much that beat you on that occasion. I suppose despite their run of form, and they're doing pretty well this season, it shows that actually you're not too far away from them, and you weren't on a great run of form when you did play them in that game yourself. So to almost beat them was good and encouraging. Yeah,
I mean, it's a different game, you know. They're very similar personnel-wise. They're very similar how they play. Have a different assistant manager, so not a lot's changed with them. They're a good, efficient 4-4-2 team generally. We're 1 or 2 changes now in the game, but 90% of the time that's what they are, and they're very good at it. And we've got to try and combat that and play our game.
Good time to play them. I know, was it a couple of draws and a loss? I think their last 3.
Well, that means they're due a win, then, doesn't it?
Well, no, I think good time to play them possibly in terms of...
It's never a good time to play a team. We've just got to go out and do a job on a different project, and you know, hopefully we can get our fluid game going and a fluid forward game going. If we do that, we know we've got a chance at the moment. So we'll see what happens. We know all about us. They know all about. We know all about them. They know about us, and it's about you know, getting ourselves going at home. That's how it is.
And in terms of Graham Alexander, obviously a very experienced professional as a player, perhaps no surprise that he's done, you know, the job he has been able to at Scunthorpe.
No, and I played with Graham at Preston for a short while, and I say he was a professional, very professional at the time, and he obviously moved on to play for Burnley after that. You know, he's quite an experienced manager now, from Fleetwood to where he is now. So yeah, he knows what it's all about, and he knows how to get promotions as well, because he's got one with Fleetwood, as we know, and he's pushed for promotion with this team. So, you know, and they're up there again. So yeah, that's what he is. He knows how to work. He knows how to play his game.
Thanks, Marcus.
No worries.
Marcus, I know Alfie's touched on Don there, but there was quite a few senior players that got a few minutes on Wednesday, was it even?
Yeah.
How pleasing was that to get some minutes in
It's
there?
great, especially James Clark, who's been out for so long. We'd like to consider him for games, but until that player who's been out for so long gets 60 minutes, 70 minutes under their belt, it's kind of tough. You don't want to put them in, and the same thing happened, and then he's thinking about, was it a mistake to put him in? He's got injured again. So he's been training for the past 3-4 weeks with us, but to be able to get that game into him it's not been able to happen. So Tuesday was a perfect scenario against a strong Cheltenham team. Gary always puts strong teams out. So it was a worthwhile game for them to play in, and a close game. So it was good. Obviously Sween's played as well, and Mensah and Dom, as we know. So yeah, it was a good outing, proper game.
And I suppose it's going to make it hopefully less risky when James does come back into the first team now. Get a few minutes.
That's exactly what it is. Is less risk, and sometimes I've seen in my career as a player and being around as a coach, managers do rush people back in too quickly. And I understand that has to happen sometimes because your squad's depleted or whatever, and you need to get players back in the team. Results aren't going your way, or some players out of the team for whatever reason, so you need to bring them back in quick and sharp. But that's not been the case with James, because obviously we've had Joe been able to play right back and right side centre half, and Dan Ledbetter, when he's been fit, he's one that needs to get himself going again. So there's not been a rush, so we've been able to do it properly, and hopefully off the back of that he's benefited from those weeks of training and that patience to play in the game he needed to play in before he's properly available for selection, and like he is now, I suppose.
Brilliant. And obviously Saturday was disappointing, but you were on a relatively good run in 2018. How do you keep that momentum going now?
The 2018 run has been great. Very rarely would you win every game between now and the end of the season, so you're going to get those games where it doesn't go your way. The draw was probably a fair result on Saturday against Wimbledon, but it didn't go our way last 20 seconds of the game. But football's full of disappointments, full of setbacks, and it's just another one we have to get over as quickly as we can. In these 3 games we've got coming up this week with Scunthorpe, Wigan, and obviously MK Dons. So they come thick and fast. But that's what football's all about. Get over it, brush yourself down, start again.
Absolutely. And you've got 2 of the top 5 at home in a space of 4 days. How big a part do you think hopefully the home crowd can play? They
always play a great part, don't they? And it'd be no different when we play Scunthorpe and Wigan, and our away form will be just as good when we go to MK Dons. That's the way our fans are. That's the way they've always been. But I think they've always been like that with us because we've won most of our home games, so they trust us to do our best and at least have an all-action display. And off the back of those sort of displays, I think they're always going to trust you to do their best for the shirt.
And just finally, do you sort of relish these periods, 2 big games at home, top 5 sides? You look forward to those, chance to test yourselves against the top end of this league?
Yeah, I do. That's part of being in a coach. See if you can do well and get your views across to the players and see if they can put them across onto the pitch. And that's all about being a good coach, and obviously having players that are willing to listen as well. So in the past, they've generally done quite well, and we like to think we help them out in terms of getting information across on how to win a certain project. So, but the non-negotiable is doing the dirty side of the game, doing the ugly side of the game, chasing lost causes, pressing people when they can, and that's why they've got, in hindsight, that's why they've got the fans on their side.
Brilliant. Best of luck Saturday.
Thank you.